Hi. Okay. Legend has it that up in Scott's studio there's an apparatus that's all dusty and has been there for a while. It's time to put this device online, because I may never finish it. This is something I made a long time ago. I'm going to do a tour. If you look closely, you'll see that it's all saw blades. This is the rarest clock known to mankind. It works off a 4-foot pendulum with 3/8 all thread or threaded rod, extended to adjust the coupling to be around 1 second per click. It has a 162-pound counterweight on it that makes it tick. The escapement is made from a 15-tooth saw blade, thus tick-tock twice around is a minute. It's all about math with these things. The pinion is made of washers that have been drilled out and cement nails shoved through and then tack welded and then welded to the shaft. So basically you get a tooth like so that goes into a cog per se. Here's a good example. There's the cement nails that are wedged into the teeth. I had to make a jig to saw the teeth off because they hook and they would have grabbed. But basically everything's been calculated out. See, that one says 44. And that's because that ratio's the next one to 11, so that must be a 4-to-1. I don't remember how it all goes. I won't get into that, but let me pull the wrench out of the works. And it's all delicately balanced. I haven't had this running in years, but I think it'll still go. I haven't oiled it in a long time. But there you go. No one said it keeps perfect time, but it does keep time over the day pretty consistently. So as the pendulum swings, like any other grandfather clock, because this thing's tall, that's an old well head right there, which is your counterweight. I just found some stuff I could have used. Anyway, these are the next rack of pinions and gears that go. That thing and this big, I don't know how many that has, 12 I think. Anyway, we'll get some of the gears going here. Try to without messing this up. The escapement is a very heavy piece of steel. That's why it takes such a large counterweight to operate it. I really ought to lighten that up, and I could get 2 or 3 times. I think my 160 pounds runs it for 4 hours and 12 minutes. I checked one night drinking hard apple cider, which I don't do anymore. That's why this thing's sitting here. But anyway, it continues on and it runs for 4 hours and 12 minutes if it's totally wound. If that giant weight is lifted all the way up to here, if it goes all the way up to here and then wraps around this thing, that's the tensioner that holds the whole clock's weight. This string. That's pretty tight. Anyway, that puts the tension on this wheel, which is slightly warped because I welded all this crap together with 6011. Anyway, that puts a lot of tension on that, which 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 puts tension on the escapement gear, which actually causes the thing to tick-tock, tick-tock. And then I forget, I believe this apparatus here is called a crutch. That is all old clock terms. That's the clutch or crutch. I don't remember what it's called. You guys can look it up. But anyway, as the pendulum ticks back and forth, there's a crutch that jostles to help keep it in time, and the crutch is what moves the escapement. And the escapement has to be just right so that there's a perpendicular strike on both sides at 90 degrees. It takes quite a bit to get that to work. I had to play with that on the side, but anyway. And that one says 36 teeth, so that probably reduces down on a pinion of 12 to get 3 to 1, and by the time you're done, you can figure out that tick tock to minutes is 60. You got to multiply 3 times 4 times something and get up to there, and then you get your minute hand, and then you get your hour hands times 12. Well, I'm not going to let this run for 4 hours and 12 minutes. Or 7 minutes. That's what it was. Ooh, it just released. It hasn't done that in a long time. Anyway, so the main counterweight just shifted because I got a lot of crap in the way. Whoops. And that alters the weight of it. Yeah, it's not finished, folks. And the weight does matter. 167 is a little too much. It's kind of funny, but when I got stuff hitting down at the bottom. It's been a long time. The old girl's been running. Old man, whoever they are. The time people. If I hold this still, you can see the works. I'll try to get a better shot. Stuff does move. It takes quite a brain to sit here and listen to this without going nuts. Because it's not your standard time. It has character. Hiccup. Probably from the drunk guy that built it. Unistrut or Kindorf is great stuff. A lot of holes in it already. So here's the deal on the clock. I know I got 8 minutes into this, but hey, this used to be my pride and joy. Not really, but anyway, it is kind of cool. Probably is rare. I encourage others to do it. But you might kill me. Anyway, it turns out that 5/8 inch threaded rod forcefully goes through the holes in all thread, or 3/8 threaded, or unistrut. However, 1/2 inch national pipe goes right around 5/8 threaded rod, and saw blades are 5/8 arbor. So there's your whole business about the pinion going to the welding to the blade, and then you put your washers through, and next thing you know, with just junk and very little filing, you can overset all these pieces parts, tack them together, and you end up with some monstrosity that looks like that, which is just some giant washers bought at the hardware store with very delicate holes drilled through the outsides so that the cement nails can set in there. And as you see, they're slowly meshing in there. Now those ones there are under a lot of tension. But it's metal on metal, and it's not going anywhere, and it's not like we're talking about a tractor transmission here. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Sounds like you get a song going. Alright, well, you got enough of that. Now, I don't know how much that is. This has its own little gate and canter to it. There's some torque on that piece too. I don't know why. But it works. I'm not going to mess with it. Yeah, it's been running for 11 minutes here. I guess I didn't really illustrate the fulcrum part. That's a little tuning. I ground a notch in the top, and then because it has that floating thing, I had to keep it guided, so I clamped a stupid door hinge on there. Anyway, there you go, folks. The 8-foot giant saw blade clock. And I mean saw blades for gears, not the hands are on the face like at the stores. Alright. Well, that's about enough time on my hands. Over and out.